What is up? I'm here at my newest listing here in Highland Park, and today I want to talk about what goes into listing a home because we knocked it out of the park with this one. I just want to show you what went into it. We're going to talk about four things: the pricing of a home, the preparation, the marketing, and the negotiation. But to start, I just want to show you what we're looking at here. This is a 1911 Craftsman home that sits on a corner lot. It is a 3-bed, 2-bath house, and this house captures the epitome of California lifestyle. You have that indoor-outdoor flow that we're all dreaming of when we live here in California. It's perfect for entertaining. It's perfect to have your kids in the backyard. Let's face it, it is beautiful. So to start, what goes into marketing a home? You gotta know the market and pricing it properly, because if you price it too high to start, the house is gonna sit on the market and ultimately sell for less than you listed it at. So we analyze comps, we know the market here in and out, and we know what makes buyers tick when they look for houses. So in this particular case, my clients bought this house just under 3 years ago for $1,360,000. Now, when we looked at the marketing in this neighborhood, a lot of houses are selling 20, 30, 40% over list price. That ultimately means that we have to list the home for hundreds of thousands of dollars below where we ultimately are gonna sell it. And that's what we just did. In this property, we sold it for, we priced it for just under $1.3 million in hopes to drive it up. And boy, did we. And I'll tell you what happened at the end. But we priced it attractively. I call it attractive base marketing. It's a marketing position to bring in buyers. You're gonna have most buyers come in the first 2 weeks, and then you're gonna start to look at offers. So that's number one, pricing it and not overpricing it. Number two, we go into the preparation of a home. What goes into preparing a home? It is minor renovations, it's decluttering, and then deciding if you're gonna stage a home. So minor renovations, right off the bat, you wanna paint. It's the best return on your investment. It's cheap to paint, and you're just gonna make it look a lot cleaner than it actually is. Number two, landscaping. Landscaping sells. You wanna just up the level a little bit more. Make sure your curb appeal is looking on point. So spend some money on some landscaping. Three, if you have money, you want to do some minor renovations with bathrooms, kitchens, light fixtures, and that's going to really up the value of your home. If you don't have the money, we can actually help with some concierge funds where we upfront give you the money at no cost. You pay us back when you sell the house. So then we go into decluttering. If you've been living in the house, we've got a lot of personal items. So take down personal photos and just get rid of pieces of furniture that don't really have a lot of utility, because you want to make the space feel bigger than it actually is. So declutter. And if you don't live in the property, I always recommend staging the home. It's going to elevate the experience and ultimately sell your house for more money. Then we move into marketing. Marketing is my favorite thing. What is a good listing agent? A good listing agent is a master at multi-channel marketing, because let's face it, more exposure ultimately brings in more buyers, and more buyers looking at the property ultimately means you're gonna get more offers, and we're all looking for, in the end of the day, is a bidding war. Because a bidding war means you're gonna have buyers out for blood, trying to outbid each other. And what does that mean? It's gonna drive the price up ultimately and sell it for more. So when we go into marketing the home, step one, it seems so simple. So we've curated a list of photographers, and I use a specific photographer for each type of property, where it is, what's the buyer like, what are we trying to showcase. Seems simple, but let me tell you, a lot of agents take out their iPhone and they take crooked photos, they take photos that don't look good, and it's ultimately gonna cost you a lot of money, the seller, with terrible photos, because Online searches are where most buyers start their search, and you want that little thumbnail to pop off the page. In this particular property, we decided to do twilight photos. I'm a huge fan of twilight photos. Twilight photos is when you take pictures at dusk and you have all the lights on in your property. It creates a dimension and a warmth that really draws people in, because you want to have people have that feeling of the warm and fuzzies of a house, of being comfortable at your home, and twilight captures that more than anything. So, professional photography, a professional video that showcases the neighborhood, not just the home, because here in Highland Park, for instance, this is such a beautiful cultural city that has incredible food and music. We want to show all those places because you're not just selling the house, you're selling the lifestyle around it. So you want to showcase all of that. When it comes down to 3D tours, I say run away from 3D tours because that is a killer to showing. So don't do 3D tours, and I always do a floor plan. With this property, I did a beautiful watercolor floor plan that really showcases the whole lot and the property. And our front photo was something of major discussion because this is what most buyers are scanning through. We did a twilight photo of this beautiful structure. We could have done the front of the house. We decided to do this back photo. So once we have our beautiful imagery and our beautiful marketing materials, your listing agent goes to work to create the most exposure. Where do we find most of our buyers? It's online. So we put it up online. It gets pushed to Redfin, Zillow, Compass, all of these real estate sites. And I'm always looking to try to create my house as a Redfin hot home, which we did with this one, and to get at least 10% saves when it comes on Zillow. We did just that. We did over 8,000 views on Zillow, over 800 saves, and we became a Redfin hot home. So we got online covered. Next, we move to social media. Social media is Instagram, Facebook, Google PPC, YouTube ads, Waze ads, and the list goes on. And what that does, it exposes your property to buyers that may not be searching on the real estate sites. You might have someone, for instance, in San Francisco scrolling through Instagram, and we've targeted ads in San Francisco and in New York City where we're seeing a lot of buyers move to LA from, and all of a sudden now they're flying in to see the property. It happened here. And then Google PPC reaches a broad audience. We then look at the local publications that have even a further reach here. What is that? That is the East Sider here in Northeast LA. So we did some paid advertising there. We also do broker opens where we invite prolific other agents to come do videos and posts so they can reach their audience. And we also do YouTube ads, which also reach a more international level of a buyer. On top of social media, we do print advertising. Print advertising is high-end printing of materials and passing out these flyers in the neighborhood. We passed out over 1,000 flyers to showcase this property because sometimes you have a buyer that is friends with a neighbor that's doesn't even know about this property. So we are sourcing buyers online, from social media, from print advertising, from local publications. And then we do a massive email blast to the agent community here in Los Angeles and abroad to make sure all the agents know about this property. So after we do those three things, we go to negotiation. Negotiation is basically picking the right buyer for this property. And what do we look at? We look at, obviously, the price matters the most, and then the quickest turn times. That's how fast they're gonna close, and do they have an inspection, appraisal, and loan contingency. From there, we put it into escrow, and we go through the process to try to create a seamless process for our clients. Now, with this property, you're probably all wondering, we put it on the market for 2 weeks. We had 6 open houses, and ultimately, we got 12 offers. We listed it for just under $1.3 million, and we're going to end up selling it for over $1.6 million. That is over $300,000 rise in the price. How did we do that? We priced it like it looked like a bargain, and we ultimately drove the price up in a bidding war to a price that my clients are truly satisfied with. It all came down to everything I'm talking about: proper pricing, proper preparation, and then incredible marketing that the agent pays for and also does on their behalf for the seller to create that synergy and exposure that this home deserves. So if you're ever interested in knowing how I can market your home and expose it to more people than your typical agent, let's talk. Have a good one.